What is up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new video. And you might be wondering, why am I in some post-apocalyptic area? Well, it's because finally, after many months of being in Thailand, I've gotten my hands on a real Chinese vehicle. And you guys know from the videos before of me going to Chinese dealerships in Russia, it was really painful for my nose and for my eyes of the Chinese smells. And today we got ourselves the BYD Dolphin. I cannot believe that I finally got my hands on a vehicle called Build Your Dreams. Is this gonna build your dreams when you buy this car for $25,000? This is the price in Thailand. I know that they sell those cars in the UK, and even in Russia they sell this car, but I have no idea how much it costs. This is gonna be the first electrical car that I've ever driven in my life. I've never been in a Tesla, never been in any electrical cars except those little tiny kids ones when I was a kid. This car is in an extended range battery, which means it could drive 490 kilometers in one single charge. I don't know if it's in driving it pedal to the metal, or is it normal driving? Probably normal driving. If you guys are still not subscribed to the channel, I would really appreciate if you could hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell button, because that actually helps the channel one way or another, because this car is going to be very interesting. This is something different from the Chang'an that you guys been watching, because I've driven this car up the parking lot and I found it very interesting. Let's check out the inside of this car. As you guys know, I'm not the smallest type of guy. And the most important, are we going to be smelling the Chinese materials inside of this Chinese car? Let's get inside. And surprisingly enough, as we're inside, it doesn't really smell like China at all, because as you remember, in the Russian dealerships in Chang'an, our eyes were watering from the smells. And this feels a bit different. It really feels like somewhat of a European car, which has ventilated seats, a huge display, which you could be doing all sorts of stuff in. It's just really interesting because it's also got a panoramic roof. It's got all sorts of stuff inside that we are going to be finding out, and we are going to take this car for a spin around Pattaya to see how it does. So guys, we're inside the BYD Dolphin driving around. This is my first time experience actually driving a Chinese car, and what amazes me the most is, look at this. BYD, lower down my window. What the heck? I feel like Iron Man, you know? Hi, BYD. Up my window. This is crazy. And you can give all sorts of commands to this car. Now, what's cool about this, it's just so technological inside and feels like I'm driving like a Volkswagen or something. And the thing is, I still don't notice a difference between the electric car and the normal combustion engine car, because I'm just driving in traffic right now on eco mode. And what I heard about electrical vehicles is that, first of all, I'm pressing wrong buttons after the Mercedes right here, that apparently if you stomp on the gas pedal, it'll just go really fast. So we might find an area which is suitable for that. We might not, but we'll have to be checking that out. Okay, I don't know what to say now anymore.
Well, we're driving along Beach Road in Pattaya.
We're driving along Beach Road in Pattaya, as you could see right there. Very nice. Testing out this car. So I'm going to be driving this car around up onto the Pattaya city hill, and we'll see what we experience out of this car. Maybe we'll figure out how to use some of this. What I really like about this car is the ventilated seats. This is one of those things that are needed in Thailand because it gets absolutely boiling hot. And you could check it out on the screen right here. This is the ventilated seats. There's two modes, 1 and 2. Obviously the first one doesn't blow that much. The second one blows it straight into your butt and your back, which is a really nice feeling if you ask me. Also, what's really cool about this is that it has cameras all over the place. 360 cameras, 3D modes. Even when you're driving around, you could be checking yourself out in 3D mode and seeing how everything looks like. This is really cool. I know that Mercedes had something like this, but you could actually be looking around 360. So you could be making sure you're not hitting some motorcycle and where in the lane you're driving. You don't need one of those cameras like in Russia to record what's happening all around the place, because it already has a built-in integrated camera which shows you everything around, also records you. So if you're ever in an accident, it's going to record it and prove that you were either guilty or not. But if you're guilty, you'll be just deleting that straight away. But if you're not guilty, this is definitely going to be helping you out. What I noticed about the buttons is that they're a bit weird. And the thing is, you want to press the button right here and you can't press it. You got to be switching them like this, which is a bit weird because you always want to press them, but instead of pressing them, you're sliding it and you're just wondering, how do I use this? It's a bit weird. Also got some snow mode right here, so you never know if there's snow in Thailand, you're always covered with that. Very interesting. The panoramic roof is very nice. I'm just trying to figure this out, guys. I'm not sure about the Chinese cars all the time, and I'm a bit afraid of driving this one without a fire extinguisher, with all the stories I've heard about the batteries exploding. But let's see how it is. Maybe there's a few crash tests of this car on the internet to see how well it does. For some reason, I'm pretty sure that this car is built quite well for crash tests, because it's also sold in the UK, and I'm pretty sure that the regulations in the UK has to follow under some compliances that you're not going to be dead after driving into a pole. Holy schmock, guys, 5-star rating and 7 airbags. In Russia, you're lucky to have 1 airbag in your Lada. Nowadays, they don't produce airbags, so you don't get airbags. This thing has 7 airbags and costs pretty much the same as a Lada in Russia. But it's a high-tech electrical vehicle with all sorts of features like ventilation, CarPlay. This is interesting. I just can't wait to get out of this area where the traffic is at, to actually feel the power of this electric motor. It's a front-wheel drive, so it's not a Tesla Plaid, but it's still an electrical vehicle. So it's really interesting in diving into the world of the electric vehicles itself. And look at the map right here. The map. This is really nice. So you could be planning on going, for example, up here. You could click over here and position yourself. And now you know where to go. Very nice. Now we know where to go, but we don't need it. We're locals. This is first-person view right here of how I see things around. So you got a little screen in front of you which shows you all the needed information you need. So the speed limit on this street, the battery, which tells us that we got 428 kilometers left, 87% of that battery. We could see that we got eco mode on, and this car only has 272 kilometers, so it's a brand new car, and we're gonna be driving it
congestion ahead.
Through the congestion ahead, through walking street, because it is not blocked off. So let's take this BYD Dolphin into the swim, one of the naughtiest nightlife streets of Pattaya. Let's try not to crash into this Grab driver, and here we are, driving into walking street. When are you gonna be able to drive through walking street in an electrical Chinese vehicle with people selling chicken, fruits, and all sorts of stuff around here? This is the first time I actually see those food vendors around here. This is a bit odd. And to not run anybody over, we could see in 3D view where everybody is. So if you're a new driver, this car could be very nice, because usually when you start driving, you don't feel the dimensions of your car so well. So this could be a good starter vehicle, considering the price and the way it is. Could be. Oh wow, that pushes you back. Look at that, guys. I'm in some sport mode, and it looks like it's regenerating some of the battery when I let go of the gas pedal, which is quite interesting. This bus.
I set it for high regeneration.
Oh, really?
So it's maximum regeneration.
Wow. I would have never imagined this small car to be so snappy. And it's because of the electric motor. Flipping heck. It feels really weird, guys. I'm just so used to thinking the Chinese. Well, I mean, you know what? Chinese cars are making some real progress. Let's be honest, right? They're making progress. They've been copying other cars for many years, and now they're building their own ones. And BYD, from what I found out today, used to make batteries for Teslas. So once Tesla started making their own batteries, BYD was like, how are we worse than Elon Musk? Let's make our own Chinese Teslas, but affordable. So they made the BYD, which is quite interesting. And I actually have a lot of room here. The seats are quite comfortable as well. I mean, I could be driving this car for a long distance. And by a long distance, I mean 400 kilometers or 480 probably, before it runs out of battery. If you live in the city, probably a really nice option. But commuting over like 500 kilometers a day could be a big problem. Because myself, I actually drive sometimes 600, 700 kilometers a day, which is a lot of kilometers. But this does not feel like a cheap car. It actually feels really nice. I'm pleasantly surprised. We're taking a road up to the beautiful Pattaya city sign. Obviously we can't go inside of there, but there's really nice beach bars around here where you could see some people chilling out, taking photos, and us saving the environment, driving the BYD Dolphin. Some people say that the interior of this car is made by dolphins or is made out of dolphins, so we don't know. And with the sun shining around, you could really see how cool the panoramic roof looks like. And the thing is, it could be very dangerous to have a panoramic roof, because if something falls on top of that thing, I know from experience that panoramic roofs are very expensive to replace. Let's go up this really nice looking road. Wow, the power, the torque. Just feels really weird. I'm not going fast, but I love the way there's no gear changes, so it just pulls you up on top of the hill. This is really different. Wow, I'm actually really surprised by this BYD Dolphin car. And you know what? I'm actually interested to check out more electrical cars to see the difference between them, because this is my first experience in an electric car. Obviously, I like a good old V8 with 400, 500 horsepower, which really sounds amazing, with a good old straight pipe when you could hear it, when you could feel it through insides of your body. This car is one of those vehicles which is really good for families or people who are just starting out to drive and who live in big cities where they drive around 200 kilometers a day or even less, and where they can charge this car. If you live in Thailand and you want to drive cross country, it's actually going to be very hard owning this car, because even when I drive my Mercedes to some places, it's really hard to find a gas station, not even talking about electrical charging stations to charge up this car. Now, what I like about this vehicle is that it's small, but it feels really large inside. It actually feels like you're driving some sort of a minivan. Look at it. It's small, it looks quite sharp, and just feels really nice. I don't even know what to say. The build quality, I cannot complain about either. It actually feels really nice. The door handles, what I like, is not like they do in the Chinese cars where you gotta be popping it out. It's actually got some proper door handles, which you open up and it's just proper. I'm not sure what material this is made out of, but nothing is screeching. It all feels very well built. Like nothing is screeching. Let's sit inside and touch everything. Yes, this is hard plastic, but it feels nice. It doesn't feel like really cheap plastic. You also got a compartment right there where you could be placing all sorts of stuff. I'm actually surprised what sort of stuff you'd be placing there, but you could put food there, for example. What I don't like about this car, probably the only thing, is those buttons. You want to press them, but instead of pressing them, you gotta be like putting them up and down, and you gotta figure out which one is off and on. It looks like either way it's on and off. What else do we got here? Instead of a glove box, we got some sort of a compartment right here. I don't know why people remove glove boxes in cars nowadays. Like my Mercedes doesn't have a glove box. Yeah, but you have a glove box like that, but I mean, like, that's not the same. Good old glove box here is nice. You put a good old Glock in one of them, right? It's got a charger right here, and we even got Rob right here. It's actually not his car. Trust me, guys. It's not his car. He hijacked it from the BYD dealership. Shh. And he said, check out the car I hijacked. We should check it out. This is nice. I mean, you know what is interesting? I'm sitting quite comfortable, and I wonder if I'm gonna sit comfortable behind myself without moving the seat. That's actually really interesting. What do you think, guys? So I moved the seat back the way I wanted to. Let's see. Gonna get in the back behind myself. And you know what? I'm not the smallest guy, but if I move my knees together, I will be uncomfortable. But if I sit like a real man, I actually feel really good. It's really nice. Obviously, you can raise. Can you raise this?
There's a real girl out here too.
How can you? There's got to be a way. Okay, guys, I'm trying to find how to raise this thing to sit comfortably. Okay, I found the button. It actually feels like I'm gonna break it, but this one must. Okay, I have no idea how to lift this, and I think that I'll probably break it, but there's probably a way of lifting it. Well, it's got a nice little place where you could put your drinks. So Rob has taught me how to do this. You just gotta press it very hard and lift. Okay, I'm pressing the button and I'm trying to, oh, here we go. Finally. Well, your kids won't be able to do this, but if I sit down like this, wow, this is actually really comfortable. This is really so, and if I lower this down here, oh wow, this is actually quite good. And imagine this, not everybody is really tall and need a lot of leg space in the front, so this seat would probably be moved in even more, and you'll be sitting really comfortable, and the seats are really comfortable. I don't even know what to say. This is nice. Am I going to be able to put this back? I wonder. Probably easier than up. Yes. Also, guys, this car has a USB charger here and a Type-C charger, so that is very nice. You could be charging two devices back here. And it seems like this car, you see this this zipper right here, it is probably made out of some material. I wonder if we could touch it. Oh, we could see it right here. So it's made out of just normal seat material, I'm guessing. Dolphin babies, yes. Anyways, this is not leather 100%, but it feels really nice. I'm not sure how many kilometers this can hold up to. Nobody has an idea, but we will just have to see as the time goes by. Nevertheless, it definitely feels like either a Japanese car inside or a European vehicle. But you gotta agree with me that that steering wheel definitely looks like from a Fiat 500. And the way that this front looks like, kind of like a Fiat. Look at this panoramic roof. Before we get in front, let's see how much trunk space this car has. How do I open this? Here we go. Yeah, this has enough to put your groceries in, maybe a backpack, a suitcase.
Lift it up.
Huh?
Lift the bottom.
Oh, the bottom. Let's see what's under here. Oh wow, that's a lot of space right here. Now I wonder what's actually under the hood. Are we gonna be able to see some secret Chinese technology over there? So I'm a person who never had an electrical car, but I'm guessing that I can open up the hood right here. Let's see what's under there. That's quite interesting. What do we got? Hopefully I don't get electrocuted. Oh, maybe twice, hold on. It did say something twice, so I'm guessing that you gotta do it again. Here we go. Now, you have to do it twice, maybe so it doesn't open by accident. And here we go. Look at this. We got the electrical engine with all the electronics here, with the cooling fluids, with the wiper fluids. This is quite interesting. A lot of things here, but this is basically, looks like you could just put a, for example, a petrol engine inside of here. There's enough space for that. This is really interesting. What do you guys think about this? So I'm guessing that you could easily swap out this engine if something goes wrong with it. How do I close this now? I'm braking your car. Hold on. Maybe it needs to just, yeah, braking Rob's car. Let's see. Maybe it has to go. Maybe it's closed like this, or maybe it's not. How do we know if it's closed or open? Okay, let's try again. I'll just slam it. Nope. Drop it. Oh, here we go. Wow. So you have to drop it. And after you click it once, you can't push it down, because I'm afraid you would dent it. So you gotta let it go. Let it go. Let's just try out the lead foot.
For your safety, please fasten your seatbelt.
Flippin' heck. That was literally just spinning the tires out. We went up to 60 kilometers. That was quite fast and felt quite good. If this was a rear-wheel drive car, it would be pushing it even more because it would get a bit more grip, I think, in my opinion. Oh, guys, so we arrived back. Let's turn her off. This is so interesting. I'm actually really surprised by driving this car in traffic. It's got auto hold. It only used like 10 kilometers of range, which is really, really good. I'm surprised, guys. I'm actually surprised with the Chinese electrical car. It's so flippin' cool. Now, buying this for 900,000 baht new, I don't know, guys. You tell me, what do you guys think of this car? I enjoyed it. Would I get this car for myself? I honestly don't know, because I'm the type of guy that needs a flippin' V8 or something like that. You know, I like to hear the car, but if you're living in the city and you just want to drive around in comfort and don't worry about gas, this is probably a car for you. Really, really cool. If I lived in a big city where I had a charger and I didn't need some stupid car that makes absolutely no sense, I would definitely buy this car. Really, really cool.